is the 15th of March. It's the end of the day for London. It's about 10 to 5 now, 5 to 5. So trading is over, and I'm just going to go through price action today. Today was a very volatile day, pre-New York session. So if that happens, if it has a really fast volatile day before New York open, or like just before, and it's already taken targets, then you're going to expect like a range bound New York time. So price here, this is the gap, new daily opening gap here. Price drops lower, takes that sell side. So drops lower, takes sell side, pushes up, but breaks above this weekly opening gap, retests it nicely, pushes up into this opening gap here. Consequent encouragement is about here, where price is breaking above and showing support. It then breaks above again onto this new daily opening gap and is showing support as well. This dotted line here is this here. So there's the bearish fair value gap, so it's a SIBI. It's the consequent encouragement of that, and it shows support. So if we look here, and if you look on the 1 minute time frame, look at where price is respecting this multiple times. So it's showing support. So you're going to look for shorts on EU. So once price breaks out of it, retests it nicely, pushes above, and literally very volatile day. Pushes above, doesn't even retest this, and goes to the next opening gaps. And then this 2 lines is an opening gap as well. So look at the way it breaks above, retests that perfectly to push above, stops on the consequent encouragement of this one, pushes above even more, shows support here, breaks above, and heads to the next one. Look at the way price respects the consequent encouragement of that one, pulls lower, pushes above, and now we're trading around this area here. So if we look at EU, on the 15th, so this is Asia session. So pushes up, takes out buy side liquidity here again, drops lower. This is London kill zone. Taps into this fair value gap nicely, rejects that, pulls out, and just absolutely crashes. Let me just delete that. And these are the daily fair value gaps that I've shown on other videos. And this is a consequent encouragement of this fair value gap here. So that's the daily fair value gap, and look how price respects this. So pushes lower, breaks, shows support on this fair value gap daily, pushes up, breaks lower, shows resistance, breaks, retests the consequent encouragement, shows resistance, drops lower to the next daily fair value gap, shows support on the consequent encouragement, pulls up, breaks lower, retests, and it drops lower. Shows support on this. And what is this here? This is an hourly fair value gap that I had marked on from here, where price has respected it multiple times. So this is a valuable area that I've just kept on. So an entry potentially could have been, so it pushes lower, respects as resistance, drops, pushes up, manipulation to take out buy side, and then drops lower, takes out market structure shift, taps into a fair value gap here, and then sells lower. And where would the target be? So if we scroll to the left, here is sell side liquidity. there. So go on to the 5 minutes, or the 1 again. That's your entry, and then your target is literally there. And look where price, as soon as price taps into it, it pulls away. So entry, stops could just be above that candle or above that high, and then floods down lower. So once price is taken out sell side, it pulls back. Where does it want to pull back to? An inefficiency. What inefficiency? So people get confused with like what type of inefficiencies could price pull back into. Like, why doesn't it pull just back into this one here? Well, this is from here. Price breaks lower, breaks above, and then breaks lower. So this candle here is a bearish breaker block. So if you draw this here and just draw it above, just draw it across like that, then you want to find a fair value gap in this area, and that one there, or the closest one is this one here. So this one here, price, what does it do? From sell side, pushes up into an inefficiency, taps into this, and then what does it do? Pulls lower to take out sell side, pulls back into this fair value gap, which is another inefficiency, and then pulls lower again to take out sell side. And now it's just trading, but it's very range bound here. You can trade it, but it's really low resistance, high resistance, probability trading. In that fair value gap here, does tap into this as well, and the consequent encouragement of that, it respects it, shows it's bearish. However, if you wanted to get even more narrow, that's when you look for this fair value gap, exact fair value gap, because it lines up with a bearish breaker. So that is that. And if we look on the daily, I'm going to see where this closes, but the way price closes above, or near enough above here, the consequent encouragement shows that it's bullish, or just shows that it's not as bearish as I want it to be. Taps into this fair value gap nicely. And so I'm going to see if it closes. If it closes below this consequent encouragement, then potentially we could see some down movement. See if this daily fair value gap acts as support. If it closes above here, then there's a volume imbalance here. So yeah, there's not exact direction at the minute where price could head. So just be patient with that. But yeah, once you start seeing proper support like that support here, and then I want to see if this volume imbalance acts as support. If it does, then we'll be heading towards this buy side liquidity. If it rejects down, then potentially we'll be heading under this 103, 500 basically. But yeah, that's going through price action today.